Welcome back, guys. Types here with another episode. Last time we left off in Rabanasta, having gotten the rather overpowered Titan Grat weapon, which sits invisibly on Penello's back now. So now with our upgraded weapons, we're going to take on a few more hunts. We'll take on the Overlord that dwells within the Socian Cave Palace. And we'll take on the Wyrm that lives in the Ceta Uplands. So we can go off to the final boss, but with our equipment now, well, let's be honest, the final boss he's just going to be a piece of piss now. He's not going to be a challenge. Like, even without the Titan Grat, the fact that I had 2 ultimate weapons plus Scathe, yeah, he was going to be no challenge whatsoever. So I reckon for a little bit more of a challenge, we might try and do the Wyrm. We do technically have access to him, and we've got 2 people who can use Holy, and 1 person who will just spam lasers at him until he gets a bit too dangerous. So, but still, I will continue on until we've got at least all 3 of the black orbs. Bollocks. We've got the guy who is immune to bubble. Alright, let's not waste our time bubbling people who cannot be bubbled. And we've got, yes, the Moogle village. Were there any treasures left in here? Oh, there were 2 treasures in here. Van a little bit late with the Scathe there. So, we'll be ignoring most everything in here, aside from our Overlord. Now, this music is way too happy for this rather dreary looking area filled with zombies. Now, it's AO, Overlord, hiding in around here. Barnes lost his bubble, unfortunately, but damn! He did damage. That thing's almost dead. Wackadoo. Okay. Oh, that was not much of an issue. And Penello was hitting for 7,000 damage with the Titan Grat, I noticed. You're still alive, Seek. Where have you disappeared? Aha! I did it. The sooner I get back to the technique store and start singing of my own praises, the better for womankind. See you there. The Seek, he was literally just doing this to try and score with the women. And, I mean, I guess he kind of helped out in the fight, but, I mean, we're doing most of the work. He was just there, I guess, moral support. Right, so the next one is the... Which worm was it again? Let's have a look-see. Hunts. He is up here. The Lindworm. I do sometimes get some of the worms mixed up a bit, but the Lindworm. He's a bit of a special one. He only spawns in rainy weather, which means I'm going to be switching back and forth between the zones until we get the weather. So until then, until it might take a few times, I'll just cut here and then we'll be back when it's rainy. Rightio. After a few minutes of not getting it at the Socian Cave Palace entrance, I went to the Corroboree Step entrance and finally got our overcast weather. So Lindworm is a very fussy mark spawn. He only likes to spawn in very specific weather types. So you have to zone between 2 different regions to be able to get first get the overcast weather condition, and then you have to make your way to the spawn zone for him, which is one of the slightly more out of the way regions of the Ceta Uplands. Then you have to make sure you've got the correct sub weather in the zone, because if it's actually raining, he doesn't like spawning. and then the regular enemies will spawn. But at least it's pretty easy to work out if he has spawned. So if it's raining like this, he's not going to spawn. Oh, come on. So if you'll know immediately if he's spawned, because nothing else will spawn in the zone. Wow, that laser beam goes a long way. But this isn't his area. He will be in the next one over. And if you do happen to get rain in the region, you can just zone back and forth between two different areas in the area, and it'll eventually switch back to the right weather. But to actually get overcast weather, you have to zone between two different full areas. So like Corroboree Steppe to Seta, to the Fon Coast and Soshin Cave, although I got absolutely rotten luck with Soshin. And yep, we've got overcast weather, and we have a giant lindworm. So I'll switch to having Penelo as my lead now, seeing as she's a ranged character. She can sit back and we can get a better view instead of Fran's point of view, which is just up the dragon's nostrils. And Penelo just using her airbow for lots and lots of damage. This dude has a lot of attacks which are level dependent. So if you've got an even level, or a level I think divisible by 3, he's got various attacks. But even if Fran is... Oh, and Van's asleep. Even with them asleep, it's not going to be an issue. They'll wake up eventually. Although that greater barrier is mildly annoying. You know, in theory... Oh, no, wait, I was going to say... Penelo should have the Braver on it, then she's got the best physical weapon, but... She can't equip it because it's on the shield. Now, let's just sooner that Petrification of Fran. Just in case I forget to do that and she loses the XP or something. And Penelo is still on heal duties. She can just babysit the others. Oh, sap. So scary. She's also on bubble duty. I forgot that she was on bubble. Alright, level 4. So, Van is level 4. Let's get rid of that stoning. Sap is not an issue with Curager. Alright, just keep raking his, like all the other lemon bosses, he gets more and more defensive the lower his HP goes. Yes. So yes, with this one, the new end goal I think will be the Hellworm. Yasmat is just, his HP is just too bonkers. Even with a good setup, it takes like at least half an hour to beat the bugger just from his insane HP pool. And honestly, it wouldn't be that interesting of a fight. And Omega, I don't really want to deal with the upper crystal, because that thing is a hell of a maze. Although, I do remember that the Moogle hint did say Omega had a story-related item. So I'm curious to find what that is. And this Sight and Grab is actually extra broken because it has the longest range of any weapon in the game. All the guns, shorter range. Alright, hey, we've got the Aeromonia Leaf. We can hand in that quest. We can't hand in the Lindworm quest, but we can hand in a different quest. And back to Fran as our lead, so we don't stopping every 5 seconds to heal up, or not heal up, but do some sort of stat buff. Alright, what do we got in here? Antidote. Well, that's it goes into the pile of useless crap that we have acquired. So we've got this guy done now. So we will just get rid of our sap. I reckon we'll do the what's it? The Vorpal Bunny that lives in the village area. Gormore Jungle there. And let's see what that treasure is. Any treasures in here? Nope, nothing spawned in here. So we can't hand in Vorpal Bunny because we don't have the Vorpal Bunny's item, which is the rabbit tail. But we can do the Vorpal Bunny hunt anyway and get something out of its tail. Yeah, it might be something useful, or it'll probably be something junk, but it'll be something. So we can do that one. We can hand in the Aeromonia leaf one, and see if we can't get some black orbs out of it. Yes, I'll take on the Hellworm once I have the 3 black orbs. Oh, there's 3 treasures in here. So I'll consider like that, because you technically need the 3 black orbs to get through Pharos. We've got all the other stuff, which is the sword, the 2 pieces of magicite, and so yeah. At this point, yeah, I should be able to defeat the Hellworm. He also has a blimmin' large HP pool, but he's not anywhere near Yasmat's level. So it should be definitely doable, especially with pretty good defensive. The only downside is I don't have as high a tier defensive as I would probably like. Now I think these guys actually have something to give me, because we defeated the Mandragoras and never came back to say hi to them. So you defeated the menace of Soshin Cave Palace. Not bad at all. Hone your skills and we might have a place for you on our house staff. Here your reward. This is the going rate. Go on, take it. Glacial staff? Well, could be worse. Alright, and teleport off to Jahara. Quickly hand in the Aeromonia leaf. And see what that nets us. We can also hand in the Aeromonia leaf to one of the nomads in the Giza Dry. That she'll give us something of potential interest. I also just realised we have not picked up a single guest party member. We have declined both Amalia and the Barsh. That's right, we can also do the end of the tube fuse section, the escape from Barham Passage. Although that's not super duper useful at the moment because we still have no clan primer. Alright, and Kalados. Now I reveal a truth to you. In fact, the warriors offered to hunt my mark, yet none of us had ever seen a true mark hunter. So curious I was to see such a man might be like. I asked permission of the elders and posted a bill. Little did I expect a human child. To tell the truth, I was a little disappointed. But this is past, and now is now. My eyes are being opened. I see you are truly a great warrior. Another surprise for me. Here, please, take this as thanks. You have done well, friend. And we get an embroidered tippet and haste. Well, I'm not going to say no to haste. What does that embroidered tippet do? Whoop, bugger locks. Okay, now to remember what the hell equipment I had. Okay, MP cost 0, and you still had the Gigas chest plate. Cool. All good. It's not so useful. Yes, the optimized command is not necessarily optimized for equipment when you have different equipment effects. I also have the Catty-Head Hood equipped to Penello now, which reduces damage by 33%, so she has defense. Alright, let's see, what do we got to sell? Whoops, not equipments. Random bits of rubbish that we required. Monster skins, magicites, pelts. Ooh, feathers. Oh, there's a Chimera head. Well, that one's got to have come from Pharos. And the Ketu boards, oh yep, from Pharos again. Marlboro flower. Gems. Storm crystals. Charger barding. Don't sell either of my black orbs. Pebbles are useless, they do not even give bizarre goods, I don't think. Matching reds, alright, anything good in there? Simha, alright, well that's, I think one of the best swords, so that's not that bad. Okay, anything of interest? Giant's helmet. Oh, that was good magic resist, but that's not so good. Yeah, Yes, I do double check the shops just in case there's something that I thought wasn't too useful but now is useful. And habit, force of habit mostly. Alright, so off to chase down a bunny rabbit. That's been, I guess, being a nuisance. I think it was being a nuisance for the salve makers. No, that's right. They needed to catch it for, it's like their graduation or something. Alright, so down to Errot. And we picked up the Lantaste here, so that means we can just go walkies through the barrier. The Chocobo theme. And the nice peaceful music appropriate for Gormore. Ignore the peaceful treants. Now, we can go through this away. And this away also gives us the teleport crystal. Nothing spawned in here in regards to treasures. So we'll just get rid of these things. I also noticed, you beaut. Right. Alright, Penello it is then. Just snipe everything from a distance. I'm sorry, Mobiros, you don't even have a chance to aggro onto me. It does also mean that Vaughn doesn't get a chance to laser things. That's fine. Frank can stay there, slowed and asleep. So we'll have this area which has got the wood waters in it and the teleport crystal for Gormore. And then in here we have additional boss. This one's not going to net us anything yet, but once we finally get that sodding clan primer, I am very curious to know where that is hiding. It's clearly, I mean, I feel like it's not critical for clearing the game, but once this thing is beaten, he also counts as a check in the clan primer. The sleeping, very mossy, quite pretty, and it's another type of dragon. Here's a few ads with the trends in there. And we get the opening arpeggio. Whoop, and the camera not liking this area. Alright, well, is he going to get a spore fall off? That could be dangerous. Literally the only dangerous thing about this thing at the moment. Which is spam every status ailment it can possibly. Not every status ailment in the game. There's no disease, thank heavens. But confusion is not good with the sight and grat. Okay, you are okay. Alright, let's go. Do I have any smelling salts? I don't think I do. Nukai? Nukai, yes. Alright, Nukai on Penello. Because I do not want Penello accidentally killing everybody. Oh, Vaughn's KO'd. Phoenix down to the rescue. Everyone's silence. That's fine. He is going to die. As soon as someone can hit. I guess because they're all blinded. But yeah, nice opening arpeggio. A little bit too peaceful for the fight, I reckon, with all the chaos of spore fall, confusion, and treants everywhere. But the moss dragon is no more. I wonder if it was like cordyceps mushrooms, where it's sort of mushrooms what have taken over the mind of the dragon. And then we have that victory. Oh yeah, no matter what pose Penello has, she's not going to have a weapon visible. Alright, you are done and dusted. I will go back to the save crystal to remove all those status effects. Oh hey, they're poisoned as well. Just for good measure. I don't think that was the right entrance. That was most assuredly not the right entrance. And you can still see the body of the dragon. Whether it was an actual dragon or just some moss reanimated wood, who knows? See, we've got our teleport section there. Alright, so let's see. Can I loop around down from there? Just trying to remember the map area. No, I don't think that's the right way, actually. So this was just like a little side detour. And Penelo is just going to constantly stop and cast buffs. So we want to head back and head south of the village. Oh, we got some more girls still. And then these things can parry. There's ridiculous. And I think Seitengrad's also got a pretty high crit rate too. Oh, she got insta-kill arrows on as well. Yeah, I think I do. I've got the assassin's arrows equipped just for like that little bit of extra overpoweredness. Because they do provide a pretty good base power rate. Right, through the Lentes gate. So we want to head down around this way. The Goldmoor jungle is definitely a bit more of a mazy type area. And it's interesting that there's so many paths through the jungle. And like stone edged ones. Like you see the lights here which are like they don't fit with the Vera sort of architecture. They're definitely a lot more Hume. So I guess those lights and that were made by the humans. And at some point, maybe some ancient civilization came through. I mean, this is kind of also a pilgrim route to the Paramana Rift, which is a holy site. So I guess the path through the wood here with the lights and that was made originally for pilgrims going to Mount Boromisis. Because this area is an area that airships have to be really careful to go through. Alright, and do I want to go down this way? I think I do. This is a map I don't have quite fully... Oh, you just got your laser beam in. Quite fully memorized this map. Because, yeah, normally I blitz through with the a map overlay on, which makes navigation a little bit easier. Let's see. Just thinking we still don't have our final party member. Which is fine, because that's all that is what's that? It'll be... We've got Barsh. It'll be Barsh, yeah. Which is fine, because he's not critical for any quests. And at this point, he'll be up pretty decent level. Now, whereabouts are we? Alright, so we've treasure in here, and somewhere in here there will be a little bunny rabbit that will insist on running around through the entire area. But we've got a long-range bow, which should make Vorpal Bunny a little bit less annoying. And we've got ranged magic. Hey, someone leveled up. Hey, there's the bunny. And you'll immediately run away. That's fine. Okay, you were a good bunny. You ran into the laser beam and then ran into the corner. Alright, what do you give us? What do you give us? Mega Elixir and save the queen. I say, that's fine. That is fine. Can't hand that one in. So, save the queen. That's one of the best 200 great swords, but hey, no one can learn it. Huh. Fair enough. But it's also not that super duper useful, so I got better stuff. Right, which way? I want to head down here. So we'll be heading to the Feywood. And I think next time we'll be getting through the Feywood, at least to activate the Gurvagan crystal. And then progressing From there, hopefully there's one hunt that can be done in, no, there's one hunt that's in Feywood, and there's one hunt that's in Giravagan. Hey, this is the default Feywood music, I think. Or at least the default music for later on. Oh, petrification, ew. Stoner AoE? No. Alright, let's get rid of the stoning. Because that would be awkward to accidentally forget that. Any treasures in here? I know, we'll be keeping the minimap up for this area because it's very, very easy to get mislaid in here. Alright, the tomatoes. But yes, we'll be making our way through here. We've got one hunt in the Feywood itself, one hunt in early Giravagan. I believe I have to do a boss in Giravagan first before that will spawn. Well, actually, it might be a couple of bosses. So, I don't think we have to do all of Giravagan. We just have to do the boss that spawns what's technically in the area that the hunt mark spawns. So that will mark it for that. So Feywood, and that should be all good for the next time. We'll just make our way to the save crystal and then call it for the day. And hopefully either of the two marks should yield the whatchamacallit, clan primer or a black orb. I'll take either. If it's a black orb, then I go straight off to the the Hellworm, because with the setup I should be okay. I've got two people who can heal, well, one person who's pure damage, and if need be I can, because Varn still does not have a secondary grid, so I can give him a secondary grid. What'll probably happen is Penello will lose her sighting grat, and that'll be handed off to Varn, just in case. Yeah, just in because Varn has the weakest physical, although he does have good magic. As far as I'm aware, Hellworm does not use Reflect, which is good. So Varn should be safe to just use his laser beams. Oh hey, and there's one treasure that spawned in here. Hello treasure, what are you? A longsword. Well, that was useless. But we have our save crystal. We have our Rafflesia boss waiting for us over there, followed by our batch of Marlboros, which I think with Scathe shouldn't be too much of an issue, because they do end up being immune to physical later in the fight, along with spamming status effects like every Marlboro under the sun. But until next time, this is Type This Out, and have a good day. Bye!